Hey, Brandon here. Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. Got another 2024 rookie report here for you on the channel. Going to be joined again by my podcast co host, Jason DiRienzo. We're going to break down Isaiah Davis, South Dakota State running back, most likely a day 3 selection. But as we know, there's always those diamonds in the rough. And I think Isaiah Davis might be one of those players that we could potentially plug into as a flex player on our Dynasty roster. So we're going to break it all down for you. We're going to go over his stats. We're going to go over his PFF grades. We are going to go over his scouting report, his draft capital. Where is he going to be landing in our rookie drafts? And we're going to give you some player comps as well. So if you play Dynasty, you play Fantasy, and you're looking for a YouTube channel out there that's going to give you a look, not just at the 2024 class, but shortly thereafter, man, we are going to be breaking down the 2025 draft class, getting you ready. So the goal of this channel is to give you an early look at future Dynasty assets. Let's get to the show. I'm pretty excited about this rookie report, right? We're all looking for sleepers. We're all looking for day 3 guys, and we're going to talk today about Isaiah Davis, running back from where's he from again? South? Was it? I don't have it on the show notes here. Where's he from? South Dakota
South Dakota
State.
State?
South Dakota
Yeah.
State, right? 6 foot, 218 pounds, senior. I don't know. I kind of like what I saw when we get to the scouting report. I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's going to be a full-time dynasty starter, but man, there were things about his game. I like the tenaciousness, the way this kid runs. But anyway, let's go through
Me too.
his career statistics: 556 attempts, 3,600 yards, 40 touchdowns in 4 seasons, averaging 6.5 yards a tote, 46 receptions. Not too bad. Most of those came in his last 2 seasons, which is nice. He got involved in the passing game as he got, more experience in college. For 403 yards, 1 TD, averaging 8.8 yard average. He had 3 fumbles in 4 seasons. Most of them were early in his career as well. So he looks like he's got some ball security. So his PFF grades here, he had 96.8 rushing grade, man, tipping the scales on the PFF grades here. And the high end elusive rating, 139.3, probably in the 80th percentile. Yards after contact, 3.97, probably around the 80th percentile looking at the chart here as well. But all the grades are pretty decent on the higher end of the scale. Yards after contact, I think this is what we're going to really talk about on his scouting report. 936 yards. This is for 200. This is for 2023. He ranked 8th in the nation. Missed tackles 4th with 80, ranked 4th, and carries of 15 plus yards, 25, ranked 3rd. So the PFF grades were very, very kind to Isaiah Davis. All right. So I'll take a stab here at his scouting report. All right. And these are the notes I got in my scouting report on my dashboard as well here on the show notes. He is a physical downhill runner. I really like this kid's vision. I'm interested to see if you saw what I saw. I really like the way this guy navigates through the line of scrimmage. I really did. I thought he hit the cutback lanes. It looked like there was a lot of gap end zone plays where he was, hitting the cutback lanes and adjusting and, just, I don't know. I really liked it. I think he's got some good footwork. He doesn't, have the sweet feet that I'm looking for, but it's not the beat feet either that I don't like. I think he was somewhere in the middle. I think he's got enough to redirect, especially at the line of scrimmage. Like I said, I really liked his initial patience, line of scrimmage, work. I'm very interested to see, because you and I have not spoken about this guy before the show here. My only concern about him was really his level of competition. I mean, there was some missed tackles and here and there, but overall, I mean, the guy is a big physical running back, a one-cut running type runner who I think has some elusiveness to his game. If there's going to be a guy, I think in day 3 that gets selected, in that, we're going to talk about where he's drafted middle rounds of day 3, perhaps. It's a guy that I might take a swing with, but I was kind of impressed. I mean, the level of competition wasn't great, but I don't know. I'm interested to hear. Let me hear what you have to say. Did you see what I see at all, or am I off base? What are you thinking?
I saw everything you saw. And as a matter of fact, when I brought him up on the deep dive segment a couple of weeks back, I thought of you every single time when I see a physical runner or a physical receiver. And I was like, Brandon's gonna see something in this kid. Like, I know it. I'm not sure if you're gonna like his overall game, but I knew you would like his tenacious, mindset that he has and just the physicality he brings. And I think you covered everything really well. I mean, he's just a very determined runner. He wants to continue. He doesn't want to go down on first contact, sometimes even second contact. Like, he just wants to get as many yards as possible, keeps his legs moving, and he's not scared to, make cuts and do and execute moves that he deems necessary in order to gain as many yards as absolutely possible. So I absolutely love that part about his game. The only area that, I mean, obviously competition level is going to be key, right? I mean,
Mhm.
it's going to only get harder, and he's going to go against, better competition at the next level, and that will hinder some of his upside. But I also think I saw a little bit of limited athleticism. Like, I was trying to think of the best analogy to put it. So his mental processing and his field vision is so good. I Sometimes I saw him wanting to execute something, and his overall athleticism kinda limited him to execute what he wanted to do. So the best way I could put it is, let's say you're in a four-cylinder Honda driving down the highway, and you know you need to change into the next lane, but you know your car isn't capable of giving you the acceleration and the turning ability that it needs because it just doesn't have it. But you know mentally what you wanna do. That is what I saw from Isaiah Davis. I feel
Mhm.
like the athleticism almost hinders what he wants to execute with the mental processing, and I think his vision is outstanding. So that would be the only thing. I think there's limited athleticism, but the subtle footwork, he doesn't waste any movement, doesn't, he just has a plan and he executes it, and he does it with very good tenacity. So yeah, I'm with you, and I think you covered him really well.
I don't have in front of me what he ran at the 40 or at the combine, but I don't
I don't know
I think it
his
was a 4 or
numbers
5 or
either.
something like that, but I'll tell you, watching
S
this kid's film,
Something like that.
he
Let me see
can
if I can find it.
it's okay. He could win outside. I mean, he navigated through the trenches and through the line of scrimmage really well. But I'll tell you, when he had to win outside, he's got a really good stiff arm and the physicality to, but I thought he had enough juice and acceleration to get outside. And he runs with a really good pad level. So I didn't see
4,
any of
5,
the
7.
4.57. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
again, I don't get hung up on 40 times for running backs. It's all about
Oh,
short
no,
area
not at all.
quickness for me. So, all right. So
He's not a huge playmaker. He's that
he is
hard-hitting guy, you
the
know?
hard hitting grinder that's going to be just a good downhill physical back that is going to
Exactly.
not be scared of
Yep.
contact. So the NFL draft capital, I've got a mid to late round. He's going to be in the back end of the running back room. I think. Do you think fifth and seventh round, mid to late day three
I'm
is
thinking like 6th, 7th. I think that
sixth,
competition
seventh?
level NFL teams are gonna know he's a development guy no matter
Yeah.
how good he is.
Exactly, exactly. So, and then the rookie draft, he's going to be a fourth or fifth round flyer. We get to our fourth round in our rookie drafts, and it's kind of like, we're stuck with a bunch of guys like the Isaiah Davises, Tyrone Tracy's. These kind of guys are going to be there, and it's really going to come down to the most likely landing spot and opportunity at that point for a player like Davis. I don't think you're going to
Mhm.
draft him for your dynasty roster based on the talent. It's going to be more of, on the team that he is he going to be buried on a depth chart, or is he maybe he's got an opportunity? So my player comp for him was Zamir White from Georgia. I like Zamir White. He kind of improved his last year at Georgia, and he kind of runs with that physical style. And I looked at Zamir White as a one cut type runner, but who had a little bit of footwork. Maybe not as good as vision as I see with Davis as far as navigating, but from a play style, from a physicality standpoint, I thought Zamir White had a little bit of juice and, adequate footwork. I talked about when I was talking about Davis here with his feet and the ability to redirect and hit those cutback lanes. I think Zamir White had a little bit of ability too. He was behind Josh Jacobs. I mean, this might be the year that he gets his opportunity. I'm not thinking Davis is going to get an opportunity like Zamir White, but from a running style, from a body frame and physicality, size, and the ability to win at the line of scrimmage with their feet and physicality, that was my comp.
I could absolutely see Zamir White. I have Kevin Harris coming when he was coming out of South Carolina. I think he went to the New England Patriots. He was just that hard hitting, that
Mhm.
linear type of runner that cleared the path with physicality and tenacity. Had subtle footwork. Wasn't the most fluid lateral change of direction type of guy, but was able to navigate through the trenches with just that subtle, quick feet. That's exactly how I see Isaiah Davis.
Yeah, I like that comp as well. There were so many people. He was a very polarizing player going
Oh
to the
yeah.
NFL draft. Some people loved that kid, and some people were, not so high on him. So, but in any case, there you guys got it, man. That is our Isaiah Davis rookie report.